Okay, so here we are in the final type of solving systems of equations. So this is still part 2, elimination, continued again for the very last time. And just like I've said before, whenever you encounter a systems of equations that you're going to solve using algebra, you should go through the types that we've covered in the order that we've covered them. That will ensure that you're solving it in the easiest way possible. So if both equations start with y equals something, then that's a type 1 and you're going to set them equal to each other and solve. If you have x's that are exactly the same, that's going to be you multiply one equation by -1 to create the zero pair. So this type 6 is something that we're only going to use if none of the other types work. Oops, type 6, only one type 6, not a bunch of type 6s. A type 6 is you can multiply each equation by a different number to create a zero pair. You can multiply each equation by a different number to create a zero pair. I apologize, my handwriting is not great right now. I'll try to get better as we go here. So, example 1. Oh, look at that, my handwriting's getting better already. Gosh, I'm good. Is 2x plus 4y equals 30, and -3x plus 6y equals 3. So clearly we don't have a type 1 or a type 2 system here. I don't have a zero pair. I can't multiply by -1. There's no number that I can multiply one equation by to create the opposites. So this is where type 6 comes in. So I'm going to need to multiply each equation by a different number to create my opposites. So hopefully you're noticing that I could multiply this top equation by 3, and that will give me 6x plus 12y equals 3 times 30 is 90. And then now to create the opposite, I could multiply this bottom equation by 2, so that I'll have 2 times -3x, which is -6x, and that will be my zero pair. But I have to multiply everything by 2, so that's going to give me 12y, and then 2 times 3 is 6. So then now all I have to do is combine them together, since I have a zero pair here, the 6x and the -6x. So those are going to cancel. And now I add what's left. 12y plus 12y is 24y. And 90 plus 6 is 96. And then from here, the only thing I need to do is wall, floor, divide both sides by 24. And 96 divided by 24 is 4. And then obviously everybody knows we're not done yet. All we did was solve for y. So now we have to take that y and plug it into any of those equations up there. I can use one of the original equations, or I could use one of the new equations that we just created. In this case, I think I'm going to choose the first original equation, which was 2x plus 4y equals 30. So now it's going to become 2x plus 4 times 4 equals 30. And then I simplify. 4 times 4 is 16. Everything else comes down. And then it's wall, floor, subtract 16 from both sides. So that 2x equals 14. And then one more wall, floor, divide by 2. And 14 divided by 2 is 7. So the last step is to write my answer as an ordered pair. So 7, 4, x comma y. And that's a type 6. So let's see another example. Example 2 is 3x plus 2y equals negative 26, and 4x plus 5y equals negative 44. So now, obviously, I could go through all my different types, and none of them work here, so this is going to be a type 6. We're going to have to multiply each equation by a different number. And of course, we have different ways that we could do this. We could multiply the first equation by 4 and the second equation by negative 3. I have to multiply by a negative 3 so that I have a positive 12x and a negative 12x to cancel. I could also multiply to get rid of the y's. The easiest way to do that would be to multiply the top equation by 5 and the bottom equation by negative 2. And that might be my opinion that that's the easiest way to do it, but you know what? I'm the only one talking here, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to multiply this top equation by 5 and then the bottom equation by negative 2. If you would like to solve it your own way, a different way, that's fine. Go ahead. You have fun with that and check back at the end. Make sure you got the same answer. If you did, good job. If you didn't, I'm sorry. I hope you can find your mistake. So in the first equation, I'm going to multiply everything here by 5. So that I get 15x plus 10y. And then 5 times negative 26 is negative 130. And then I multiply the bottom equation by negative 2. That gives me negative 8x minus 10y. And then I multiplied these already, so now I'm doing negative 2 times negative 44, which is positive 88. And now I have my zero pair in there. So I can go ahead and cancel out the zero pair, the positive 10y and the negative 10y, and then combine what's left. So in this case, I have 15x minus 8x. So 15x minus 8x is 7x. And then negative 130 plus 88 is negative 42. So that now all I have to do is the wall, floor, divide by 7. And then negative 42 divided by 7 is negative 6. So that now, once again, all I have to do is take that negative 6, plug it into any one of those lovely equations up there. Oh, let's do the second one just to be different. So this will be 4 times negative 6 plus 5y equals negative 44. So 4 times -6 is -24 plus 5y equals -44. And now it's going to be wall, floor. The opposite of a -24 is a +24. So I add 24 to both sides. Bring down the 5y. And then -44 plus 24 is -20. And then from here, all I have to do is divide both sides by 5. And then y equals -4. So that now I know that the answer is -4. See, nothing to it. Easy peasy. All right, one more, and then I will stop the madness. So example 3 is 2x minus 3y equals 21, and 5x minus 2y equals 25. So once again, my suggestion is to go ahead and pause the video, try to solve this yourself, see how far you get, and then press play and meet me back here. Okay, so hopefully by now you were able to come up with some kind of plan to solve this. You could have multiplied the top equation by 5 and the bottom equation by -2. You could multiply the top equation by -2, the bottom equation by 3. You could reverse that. You could do the top equation by +2 and the bottom equation by -3. As long as one of your numbers is positive and the other is negative, and you create that zero pair, then you're fine. So I'm going to go ahead and multiply the top equation by -2 and the bottom equation by 3. So that when I multiply that top equation by -2, I'm going to put it down here. That's going to give me -4x plus 6y equals -42. And then the second equation is 15x minus 6y equals 75. And then now when I combine these, I have my zero pair to cancel out. -4 and 15x makes 11x. -42 plus 75 is 33. And then when I divide both sides by 11, then I get x equals 3. So now I take that 3, plug it into one of those fine equations up there. If I go back to the first one, 2 times 3 is 6, minus 3y equals 21. And then from here, I subtract 6. That leaves me with a -3y. 21 minus 6 is 15. And then divide both sides by -3. So y equals -5. So that now I know that the answer is 3, -5. So now you should be able to solve all types of systems of equations using algebra. I bet you feel great. All right. Talk to you next time. We have one more part to do for our systems of equations unit, and then it'll be on to the test. Good luck.